What's up, my dudes? Welcome back to the second ever episode of the Upstream Gaming Podcast. Today on the show, we have the gamer, the streamer, and the owner of Delta V, StreetTacoEater. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Thank you. Great to be here. I'm great. I'm excited for you guys.
So first of all, with the most important question of the day, right? So, hope you're prepared for this.
I'm ready.
Why tacos? Why tacos?
That's really easy. That's not even a hard question. People ask me that all the time. I grew up in Southern California, and I grew up eating great Mexican food. And street tacos, I would go surfing. I'd hang out with my buddies. Street tacos were just always it. So anytime we would, go to Mexico or anywhere, we just knew where all the places were. So I just love good, authentic Mexican food, but I especially love street tacos. And I'm very particular about how they're done. And probably the biggest thing about coming to Texas that was difficult is getting Tex-Mex. I understand why people like it, but I'm sorry, I can't smother queso all over my Mexican food. So that was it. That's it. I just love street tacos.
You love street tacos? I mean, they're pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
No, they're the best.
They're the best.
Come on.
I mean, I kind of disagree. I kind of like nachos better.
Well, listen, I like
tacos,
nachos too. That's about the only thing I can put cheese on. Here's my question for you though. Do you like Velveeta, like nacho cheese, or do you melt it, or do you like cheddar cheese melted on them?
Dang.
I don't know. Maybe cheddar. I mean, it depends too. Like the school cheddar is actually really good.
See, I knew there was a reason I liked you. I knew there was a reason I liked. Besides, all this awesome stuff you're doing, it's got to be cheddar cheese. I mean, that's
cheddar cheese.
Otherwise, it tastes like you're getting them from 7-Eleven.
That's true. That's true.
QT.
Tastes cheap. So we know that you have an organization. So we know it's called Delta V. So what are your plans for the future?
Well, our immediate plans would be to have the COVID restrictions lifted. That would be nice because we were scheduled to officially open on April 1st of this year. Then the middle of March, COVID restrictions hit. And so we've not actually been able to officially open. So the real focus of Delta V is to create pathways, learning kind of directions that are structured for opportunities in esports that partially exist now, but are obviously going to be massively available in the near future and then going forward. So, coaches and players and broadcasters and video producers and those kinds of things are what we're going to train here. So we're a developmental organization. The challenge is not only COVID, we're so new in this game because no one's doing this in terms of a full scale. So that's the real intention. Delta V name comes from the fact that Delta V is the difference in velocity. They use it in aerospace and rocket modeling and whatnot. So it's all about how quickly you can get there together with us in a system with a community and programs versus you doing it on your own. So that's kind of where it came from and what it is.
Yo, that's pretty sick. Like the name, I never really thought about it. I've heard it, but I've never really thought about it that
never
way.
knew it actually had a meaning.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I searched it up, but I didn't actually get it. I mean, it's kind of complicated, let's be honest.
That's all it is. It's just the difference in velocity. So if you picture, can you be a streamer or a player or a broadcaster and learn to do it on your own? Yeah, all this stuff's available. That's really easy. But how much faster can you do it in a community, in a culture that exists around the love of gaming with structure and connections and all that will get you there? That's really the idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Networking.
It is. I mean, I've been in the community. I watch his streams almost every single day. And you've been growing a lot lately. Like your StreetTacoEater channel.
It's been growing as a streamer. I'm switching my TikTok around so that people kind of understand what I'm doing here. So growing as a streamer, you understand it's really, really hard, right? And so we've been fortunate because of combined efforts of people to get the word out. Look, there are a lot of great streamers that could really grow super, super well. The challenge is that no one knows who they are. And so it takes a lot of effort for people to be able to discover you. Twitch is not a friendly app for young streamers, small streamers.
No.
You've got to do other things outside like this and TikTok and YouTube. And, so I've been super fortunate. We hit affiliate the first 7 days that we started streaming. We're nowhere near partner. The only thing we lack is the 75 concurrent viewers, and then we can apply. But yeah, I mean, we're going to make, and again, understand we're still really small. So we have 460 followers right now, got 10 more last night from a raid.
That's good.
It's just about doing all the right things, and they're starting to come together, and we're super excited about that. But again, it's just we're doing it. We're building this channel so that streamers everywhere understand we're just going to share everything we're doing, and the fact that even though that's available, we're bringing it together easily in terms of how to do it. But more importantly, it's the community.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, especially I think TikTok is such a powerful tool for people that are trying to grow their YouTube or their their Twitch, because you get a lot of views without needing to do much, and
it's the most. No, you're 100% right.
It's super powerful. I mean, you can get 500 views. Yeah, you can get 500 views off the bat without needing to do much. Look, as long as your content is good, you can grow pretty easily.
That's the magic. Here's the problem. You're absolutely right. This is perfect because I have one video that's pushing 400,000 views on TikTok.
Yeah,
that's not a viral video, but it's more significant than most people. I have two other videos that are 30 and 20,000 views, and almost all my other videos are at least 2K. So, here's an old guy talking about gaming on a platform that people think is all about kids. And yet it's not. It's the most powerful organic growth tool there is out there, because you have 1.5 billion people that downloaded it, and so few people put content on that you can't help but grow organically right now. So that's such a good point. I think as a streamer, and I have people that come into my stream every day that tell me that they found me on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean,
it's such a great tool.
The way of growing right now on Twitch, because of what you said, the discoverability is really limited right now, especially because there's no on TikTok you can swipe down and find new people, like on the For You page, for example. But on Twitch, you just have a set of people that you watch, that you follow, and that's it. There's no way of finding new people.
Twitch has no discoverability. That's the biggest problem with the platform is there's no news feed. It wasn't designed for that. And that's the biggest issue, right? So when you're a young streamer, let's say you have 8, 10, 12 people on your stream regularly. If you're playing a game like Fortnite, like you guys play, you're so far down that no one's ever going to scroll through 800 streamers, right, to get down to you and even be able to discover you. So you've got to have some other mechanism. And those are two things. Things like organic growth in TikTok, definitely put things on YouTube and definitely put things on Twitter and use the other platforms that are there. But TikTok is massive in terms of if you do the content right, let's talk, right, it's got to be done right.
Yeah.
Then the other part of it is if you have a community like we're trying to build and working to build, and others are, we have others that have communities that are doing the same thing that we're working with. We'll be sharing a lot of that. But communities, and I'm not talking follow for follow, right? It's not about, hey, man, look, follow me and I'll follow you. And it's not about that. When you have people that help spread the word because they enjoy your stream, that's just improving discoverability. So the one thing that Twitch has to improve, it's why I made a serious look at going to Facebook, and I decided not to. This week was a really long test, is that Twitch has got to fix the discoverability part of their algorithm or put some kind of news feed in. Whether or not they will, I mean, who knows? But that's definitely a weakness.
Yeah. I mean, I was checking your Facebook, your past Facebook stream. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I was looking at it and you had 200 views on that stream total. So that's a lot more than you would get in a normal stream on Twitch.
Yeah, the challenge with, and people don't understand, the challenge is, hold on, just people are wondering when I got someone saying, Colonel saying, I was wondering when I was going to go live on TikTok. I'm actually going to be doing live stuff a lot. So you'll be seeing more and more. So the problem with Facebook is that what no one understands, while it's an incredibly developed reach tool, in other words, paid reach, organic reach, your friends, you can go back if someone does view your page and likes it, or your stream, you can go back and invite them to like your page. There's so many amazing tools. Here's the problem. No one understands or has really found the formula that shows the conversion rate from just because it showed up in someone's news feed that they converted to a paying follower.
That's
right,
true.
to a subscriber. That is a big unknown. And so while it does have a lot of reach, the other thing is for me when I looked at those two, it is a great platform but here's the problem. If you become a big streamer on Facebook versus a big streamer on Twitch, which one, I'll just ask you two, which one do you feel like is the cooler or carries the more credibility between a really good a top Facebook streamer or a top Twitch streamer? Which one carries more weight
Twitch.
with you?
Yeah,
Twitch.
I mean,
Twitch.
yeah, I'll say
Yeah.
Twitch because it's mostly known for gaming and live streaming, and I feel that Twitch has more of a community-based thing. So you grow your community, and you have your people watching your live stream. So it feels more like a friendship.
Gaming.
And yeah.
Twitch people come
community
to
is so
Twitch
much
because
bigger.
they want to
Oh,
watch you
sorry.
stream,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That's what they expect. And it's gamers, right? I mean, it's mostly
Yeah.
gamers. Now, there are a lot of other people that do just chatting and music and all kinds of stuff, but
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
our culture, right?
Yeah.
It's our culture.
Yeah,
And so if you
100%.
make it there, it's like if you make it on YouTube as a content creator, you actually are a content creator. You get labeled as
Yeah.
a content creator, right? Because that's so difficult to do, especially now. So
It is.
yeah, that was another big part of it. So Facebook has some great potential. I think some people will do really well there, but it didn't feel like the right community. Like this just feels like
Yeah.
home on Twitch
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
for now until Dr. Disrespect and Ninja and Shroud and others start their own platform. I don't know.
That's
we'll
true.
see what happens.
Yeah.
They're taking all the viewers. So I want to ask you, how did you get into gaming?
Well, let's see. Maybe before your parents were born, 1978. I got an Atari for home TV
Mhm.
gaming system, which was Pong, right?
Okay.
So if you can imagine, you know what Pong is, right? Everyone knows what
Yeah.
Pong is,
Yeah.
right? Just the two paddles. Imagine I was
Mhm.
raised by a single mom, and it was just me in those years. And so imagine trying to trick yourself and get really good at Pong by yourself, because my mom didn't play, right?
Okay.
So it started there. And then from there, I've had about every game system, every computer game all through the years. My wife and I have been married 32 years. We have 6 kids. All of them experienced gaming their whole lives. And all but one of them, who's married now, my oldest daughter, they all play video games. They still come in here to Delta V and play. They don't play as much as I do, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just had a deep love for gaming, number one. And then as I watched esports start to develop, I realized, and I love the culture, because the thing about gaming, right, when I started early and was always in it, is every time we got together to game, it was always just a blast. We didn't care if you were young or old or fat or skinny or male or female, or, we just didn't, no one cared. What we cared is that you love this game
amazing.
and we love it together. And so it's always stuck with me. Gaming's always been a part of my life from, a long, long time ago.
That's really good. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, it has no limit to who can play video games. So that's what makes it so powerful. And the community grows so much too, especially these last couple of years. You can start to see the amount of people that come together just to watch people play, like in the arenas and stuff. And it's really growing a lot. So,
and you
kind of
guys,
amazing.
I'll put you on the spot, because the future is yours, right? Look at how here you're interviewing a 57-year-old gamer that streams and owns an org, right? When you're both young men, and look at when we can have this conversation, and there's nothing between it other than we love gaming, right? And that's incredibly unique, because if you play soccer, I'm not going to go out and play soccer at your level. And even though I might like it, it's not going to be the same. But man, we hop on Fortnite. I can hang with you. Maybe I'll wipe you out sometimes. And it's like, that's just very universal and very unique. And so I think there's a big issue that has to be addressed with the toxic nature of gaming. And that's one of the things I'm making a big push toward now, especially in the org. But yeah, this is amazing. It's completely unique. And I think, do your parents game? I'm going to ask you guys a question.
No.
Not at
How
all.
do they feel about all this gaming stuff you're doing?
Well,
I don't know. I don't think, I think they would like us to do other things more.
Mhm.
But they do like the podcast idea a lot.
they really like the podcast
Yeah.
idea, yeah.
Yeah, because that seems like a real legitimate, they can get their head around kind of business career kind of a thing.
I mean,
because people do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, they
And
really,
then you put the gaming twist into it.
yeah, they support us. For example, when I do my streaming, they're like, okay, it's your stream time. You can go stream, but it's not like it's a really different thing. It's really new. Like streaming is really new. So like mentally, it's not something that parents can get around it easily, I would say.
Yeah.
Some parents.
Oh, I know exactly. I've had hundreds of conversations with parents about that. Hold on. I'm trying to, my video apparently is really choppy. I'm just trying to see why. It looks clear here. I apologize, guys, on TikTok. I'm not sure why it's so choppy. I understand. Here's one of the things that you have to understand this is very natural for you, but for parents, it's not. If you ask your parents, and when I talk to parents and I say, hey, how many of you parents personally know anyone that has made any money in college athletics or professional sports or as a lawyer or as an accountant or anything like that? And every single parent knows someone because those things are all established.
Yeah, there's like, yeah.
But when I ask them, name me someone you know that makes money playing video games. How many do they know personally?
None.
My mom knows Ninja, but that's
okay.
it.
She knows Ninja, but not personally, right?
No.
She understands. She would never know Ninja probably if you weren't playing Fortnite and didn't ever talk about him. But still, maybe. I mean, he's obviously a household name. But that's the whole issue. This is the point that people, even for you guys at your age, you have no way to get your head around what a career path is to that end result of making money. Your parents want you to have a successful life, raising a family, make money, 100%. And be responsible. It's just a loving parent concern. We all have that for our kids.
Yeah.
So how does a parent say video games, which have been mostly a contention, right, for parents and kids?
Yeah.
Pause the game. Can't pause the game, mom. Go take the trash out. Get your homework done. Go outside. All the things that we all, everyone hears and all the parents say. It's always been a point of contention, combined with the fact that they've never seen a university for gaming. Or they've never seen you, be part of something that helps you develop skill to be able to turn it into a career. So that's what Delta V is ultimately focused on doing and why we'll do this worldwide. But it's very early, right? It's really hard for parents to get their heads around. But when they talk to me, it's a little easier. But you guys got to realize too, it's really hard for you because you don't personally know anyone that's done it. Now you see streamers and gamers and different people that do it. But if I said, how do you actually get there, lay it out for me step by step, it's very difficult. You end up pulling this piece from here, and I watched this YouTube video, and I bought this camera, and I see these people. It's so vague and unstructured. It's really hard for society right now in America to get their heads completely around it. It helps that Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, owns 2 esports teams, and that Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V is a part owner of a team. And you go through all these famous people, it gives some credibility there, but there's still no link. Yeah. Right. So parents are they're just nervous. They're just concerned.
Yeah. I mean, I understand their concern because like you want your kids to have a successful life, doing what they're like, but also to find a job that like can help you live independently.
It's risky.
And with the family.
That's the thing.
It is. Well, but the thing is, what's funny is it's not risky. It is for them in their minds because they can't hold on to anything, right? Going to college is a broken system right now in this country. Yet the only thing that we as parents kind of have to hold on to is, well, go to college and you make more money. Well, that's not true anymore the way that it was when I was young, even when our kids were young. But that being the case, why do we keep sending people to, don't get me wrong, audience, I'm not against college. I'm just saying the system is broken compared to what it used to be. Yeah. So why do we do it? Because it's warm and fuzzy, because it makes us be able to say, oh, that's a path that leads to this, and my son or daughter can get a job. And look, the bottom line is, as much as you love gaming, you've got to be able to pay your bills, right? At some point, your parents don't want you to be 31 living in your bedroom, playing video games. And that's the concern and worry. That's what Delta V and my whole mission and our whole inner core and everything that we're looking to do is to accomplish, is to give people that security that here's a pathway that brings these results, and these are the people that are involved, and this is what can happen. Does it still take an amazing, like hard work and commitment and of course, But
Yeah.
what doesn't? I mean, you want to be a dentist and you think you can just flop around in school or, do it once a week I mean, come on, it's no different.
Yeah.
I really love what you're doing with Delta V though. Like growing the community, streaming every single day, doing TikToks, doing the stream official uh group that you have. It's just really nice to see especially a person of your age. When I first saw you, because I saw you on Twitter, I was looking Rainy's feed because that's when I found Rainy too. I found Rainy and I was like, oh, he streams. And then I was looking through his feed and then I saw you and I'm like, interesting.
That's
I saw you-
weird. Who is this old guy?
I mean, it's not really common to see
No.
people of your age gaming. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is really interesting. And then I saw the Delta V thing and I was like, yo, this is really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
look, I understand that I'm a unicorn amongst my, I was talking with my wife yesterday. Imagine that, think about this for a second, okay? You get grief from society or your parents, even though they're trying to be supportive about wanting to have a life in gaming and streaming and all of that, okay? Imagine being 57 when most of my friends, most of my peers are retiring and moving into a different phase of life. I'm starting a new one, right? And something that I love. And that's why it's so I'm a unicorn. I get it. What's difficult for people in my generation to face is that they can't downplay and argue away the validity of esports because I'm not a kid. And I have a whole different perspective than, like if someone comes to you and they talk to, a teenager and they say, well, when you understand more of the word Moon, you'll be able to, see that the gaming's not going to take you anywhere. And I can look at them and say, let me give you some hardcore statistics. Let me give you some data. Let me show you what's going to happen, what is happening and what, so they can't, and I can look at it and say, I've raised 6 kids, right? That's not my first rodeo in something, right? I've done other things. So I wanted to turn that's the real motivation into leveraging a development opportunity for you. This isn't about me. I don't have an ego in this. People that know me, this isn't about, I am going to be the biggest streamer and StreetTacoEater is going to be the biggest stream in the world in 3 years. That's our target. And we have, and we'll have the biggest organization, or we'll have the biggest community, and then Delta V will be rocking, and we'll get it around the world because it has to happen. Someone has to do it, and it's more difficult on top of how hard it is to have a 20-year-old try to do it, right? Because it's like the people that are going to fight you, the big money, they want to see some experience in life. Anyway, so it is. It's funny. I had someone raid me with 18 or 20 people last night before I got off, and the kid that raided me said, "Yeah, I saw your beard. I had to raid you."
Nice.
So because it's unusual to see a guy my age, but it doesn't mean that I love it any less. I mean, I love gaming as much or more than you guys do. Look at this. I'm spending my life doing it now.
Wait, I have a question. Will you ever try to expand Delta V into like pro scenes or anything? And try to get like pro rosters or any of that?
That's a great question. And the answer right now in my mind is no. The reason I say that is that 1% of the world. Let me give you an example. Our intention is to an expansion to model the CrossFit world I was intimately involved in for 10 years, meaning you can open a Delta V affiliate for $3,000 a year and run it the way that you want, leverage all the stuff. There's a lot to that. So you could open a Delta V training facility anywhere in the world, right? And have a business opportunity that's legitimate and based on what we're doing and very affordable. Then you have to get the equipment, whatnot. We're even going to help with that. So my whole thing has been picks and shovels. We're going to have a business that is like in the California gold rush back in the early part of this country. People flooded out there. Very few people made money in finding gold. Most people made money in selling picks and shovels, right? That's what we're going to do. Delta V is going to be a development organization that teaches and develops, and it's a picks and shovels business. Am I happy to see? I mean, let's be honest. Look, even Nadeshot at 100 Thieves decided not to do a Call of Duty roster this year. Why? Do you know why he chose not to?
I read the tweet, but I never really, no, I don't really know about it.
Money. You're talking $40 million or something like that to have. They just didn't have the money. I mean, how many pro teams do you have? So the pro rosters, and let's be honest, let's be brutally honest. And guys, I hope everyone in the audience understands this. Making it as a pro player, which is, most youths, I'm going to be a pro player, and, and there will be some that will make it. It is the single hardest way to make a living in esports.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if that's the case, why not let the billionaires and the people that have all kinds of money put all that into venues and events and big rosters and tournaments and all of that? We'll take care of the millions or hundreds of millions of people that want other opportunities, within our own culture, our own ecosystem, and then outside of that. So I don't think, I don't know. When we're a $5 billion brand in 20 years, would I say maybe, okay, the last thing I'm going to do, because I'm only living 51 more years, maybe at that point I'll buy a team or we'll start a pro team, and then that will be my thing for, but as of right now, no, it's a great question, but it's not on
the plan.
It's not on the plan. It's not, it just doesn't fit our model.
But I mean, it's going to be a legacy though. Because if out of Delta V, there might be a lot of pro teams going out of that, a lot of pro players, streamers, content creators. So it's gonna be. I think Delta V, it's gonna be the base of everything that's gonna come. You're
a smart young man, both of you guys. It's exactly the point. Any opportunity, when people down the road look back and they say, I'm a broadcaster for, Fortnite World Cup or whatever. Oh, hey, where'd you learn to broadcast? Oh, Delta V, man. I'm Delta V. Everyone will understand that that's the gold standard, not only in the community, but also within the industry, that this is where you come. This is because the thing that we unleash here and the model that we're using when we can actually grow is that, when you have a Delta V facility, as an affiliate, you run it the way you want. Your creativity and your energy and your vision and your passion is what helps the whole ecosystem and community grow. So yeah, there's going to come a point, I can tell you, when our players train with coaches and facilities and they get into our structure, we're going to show up at local tournaments and we can do that again. And they're going to be decked out in Delta V gear. And what's everyone else going to say when they show up at a Fortnite tournament? And they're going to be like, oh, dang, the Delta V guys are here. I guess we're going for second.
Getting destroyed.
So, that's definitely going to come. Because I'm a highly competitive person, and we're going to have a blast with that. So
yeah, it's just, I can't.
What led you into streaming? Like at the beginning, what was the time when you said, "Oh, this is going to be big. Let's do it." Like around what time?
Another great question. That's a two-part answer. Number one, I was terrified in the beginning because, streaming is incredibly vulnerable. It's not like doing a YouTube video, right? Like what's a YouTube video? Or even something on any other platform. It's like, hold your camera up and, hey guys, what's up? Oh, no, I messed that up. Hold on. Hey guys, what's going on? And then you can edit it right and it looks great. Live streaming is this. You don't have, if you have to cough or sneeze or you gotta, you feel like you're not on top of your energy. So there's a certain amount of that. What are people going to think? What are my peers going to think? I'm a 57-year-old gamer. And then I realized when I started doing it, the trigger was that we couldn't do anything else with Delta V. So when the lockdown started, I actually did like a 163-hour stream from the facility. I slept here on a beanbag on camera. Well, just my feet. Like I didn't make it weird, right?
Yeah.
But so. And then I realized that I absolutely loved it. I love streaming. Now, I'm not the best at it. I'm getting better. I'm learning more. I'm refining things, but I love doing it. That was one big part of it. So we were forced into it, trying to figure out how we're going to build revenue for Delta V. And that's what the second part is, that I'm telling you, and a couple of people mentioned it on TikTok and a couple of people mentioned it on the stream. Understand very clearly that live streaming is going to replace social media completely as a dwarfed in a way to interact. What I mean by that is it's hard to understand right now, right? Social media, TikTok, Twitter, all these things, it dominates. But understand something. The interaction between you and your audience on most social media platforms, unless you're live, is always not live. And we like it. We can look at videos and art, and when we have time, we can scroll through a news feed and whatever. But there's a whole different level when you do this.
Yeah.
Right. And when you get to come in and see behind the scenes, it's why we set up cameras the way we do and all of that. This engagement, and you can lurk safely, right?
Mhm.
And you can be involved and feel part of something. So it's the next level. Now, technology's allowed it to be able to happen smoothly, and that's only going to get better.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the norm. This is the way business is going to be done. This is the way that more than Zoom calls and all of that, live streaming, mark my words, on this date, we go back and look at this 10 years from now, you're going to be blown away to see how incorporated live streaming is into everything we do. So I could see very early on, as Amazon did, obviously, in buying Twitch TV or Justin TV for almost $1 billion.
Yeah.
And why Microsoft tried to get in. They know this is where it is. And it's so easy now just because the audience wants more. I want more than just an Instagram picture. I want more than just a short clip. I want to talk and engage and be part of your community in real time. And that's going to change the world.
Yeah. People like real life stuff. They wanna feel a connection with you. So that's
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why I like streaming too. Because it's face to face, not a face to face because you're not looking at them, but they can still talk to you through chat and they're looking at you. So it's more of a personal connection that you will have with your viewers and your followers.
You're exactly right. This is the hardest thing. What we're doing right now, the three of us, this is hard because I get to see you and you get to see me and you have to interact, right? But when you're watching a live stream, let's say you're having a down day, right? You just feel like the world's against you and you tune into a stream and the stream is positive and funny and you don't even have to have anyone know you're there. You don't even have to engage in chat. But you just get uplifted by seeing something that's not polished and made up and all markety, right? You get to be, and then you feel part of the community. And then if you want to take it easily to the next safe level, you can type in chat.
Yeah.
And then you can start earning badges and feel like you're more part of the community and start earning, So it's an incredibly safe, incredibly powerful tool that in our world, the gaming world, is all built around the passion that we have. Now, there's one huge part of it that I'm going to spend the next 20 years trying to change, and that's just the toxic side of the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gaming. I feel like a lot of people are toxic when it comes to gaming. And sometimes they're the language that they use and everything.
No, it's horrible.
And that also gives gaming a really bad reputation. So then when someone that doesn't like gaming comes in and sees the toxicity and they're like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? And then it ruins the good side of it. And now they don't get to see the other more positive side of gaming. And they miss out on so much because of someone that was being toxic at that moment. Right? So
well, and that is, understand that look at this as a business thing too. Number one, who cares? Who wants to be? I'm really disappointed. There are a couple of streamers out there that when they were playing Fortnite, I'm not going to mention names, they were very family friendly because it was an audience that needed that to be happening, and sponsors, which is a whole nother side. When they got out of that game, they're so vulgar now, I won't even watch them anymore. And I was a big fan. And so it's not that look, language, I've been around language my whole life. I'm not one that uses that kind of language, but it's not like I'm shocked. But the issue is you hit the bigger point. This is why you guys are so smart. You hit the bigger point. Sponsors in the industry, while right now they'll tolerate some of that nonsense, right? Because streamers have a massive flow. Sponsors or people that want to invest from a business side of your stream. And I know streamers, people will say, well, it's just true to who I am and I don't need their money. I'm not going to sell out. Well, you're small-minded and short-sighted in that, right?
Yeah,
yes. While some will continue to make a lot of money, that's great. But if you notice, big streamers of the last, let's call it 6-7 years, and big YouTubers that aren't changing with the times are losing audience. They're dropping off. There's some significant things happening. Anyway, the main point is this. When you have people that have money and they want to take their protected brand, a brand they've built for 50 years, and they want to get it in front of your audience because that's the commodity of today's world is attention, right? Where that's what we're all trading on. When you control attention, then people want to put money into it. And when money goes into it, opportunity comes with it. But do you really think that a kid's toy company that wants to have their their product in front of an audience wants to have the parents of those kids listening to someone be toxic or drop the kind of language or the vulgarity that they have? And an answer is no. So you never even get that opportunity. It's not, you don't have to be a different person than you are. You just have to understand that the sacrifice and the cut and the line in the sand is, if you're going to be that, you're going to miss opportunity. Whereas if you just change that one thing, and look, toxicity sells, man. I mean, look at Reddit and look at Twitter. You know, people love to just get in that whole mix. I'm going to change my stream. And I was up all night last night. I think I slept an hour and a half because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stop thinking about this toxicity issue and how people come to streams to be uplifted and feel good. And so I wish someone didn't have someone. I was looking up all these things I could kind of coin. And there's one that is the positivity, the positivity project. Because I love that whole concept, right? We've got to change this culture. Let the people be sidelined. They're going to be vulgar and toxic because they're always going to be here. But let's mainstream the uplifting, positive side of what this gaming culture is and what the opportunities are. So that's going to be a big focus of mine going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the main points why some parents are against it, because they didn't see the good picture. They only see the bad stuff that's happening with gaming. They might see some good stuff, but if you search up gaming, most of the bad stuff comes out. So,
well, but understand that that's a natural default for parents and people. People want what they want, and if they have a position, they're going to find ammunition to support that position, right? What someone that can go find all the toxicity on isn't going to spend the time finding all the really good things that are being done, right? Because they don't want to. I mean, it's easier to say, I want to tear this down because I don't like it, don't want you to do it. Because for parents and people, it's just a valuation proposition, if I can put it that way. Parents value physical activity and college in general, I'm talking in general, more than they do anything digital. And until that changes, look, when my generation is dead, it's going to be a moot point. Our opinions don't matter. What matters is that you guys meet the things that, you know, the youth, especially the ones still living at home, do the things you need to do. Do well in school because it teaches you lessons of working hard, even if you hate it. Take the trash out, make your bed, spend time with your family, get outside, do those other things while this is all happening. Because when you're 20 and 25, the world of gaming is a completely different landscape than it is now. It is. We're the last country to accept it the way the rest of the world does. Right? Most of the other gaming world is so far beyond where we're at in acceptance. So it's coming.
It is. So
a lot of
you can go.
All right. So a lot of I see a lot of young people just not put effort into school or anything because they're into gaming. And it doesn't make sense. I mean, you're there. What are you gonna do? At least put effort into it, because what else are you gonna do? You're just wasting time.
If you leave college because you want to make a career in gaming, I understand that. That's your adult opportunity and decision, unless your parents are paying for it. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you're in middle school or high school, sorry. I mean, you have to be there. You've got to get that done, at least now in our world. Yeah. Make the best of it. There's still a lot of look. I hated school. I left high school a year early. I graduated on my own. I spent 5 years in college and didn't graduate. I left. It just wasn't for me. I never should have. It was a great experience in many ways, and I worked really hard for a time. But yes, that's the point. You can still, through doing the work, learn to enjoy, because there are going to be a lot of things about gaming if you have a career in it that you're not going to like. I'm just telling you right now. And if you don't know how to fight through that and still work hard and make the best of it, then you're going to struggle. So school, at least at a minimum, can teach you that.
Yeah. That's true. It's really true.
Yeah, so we had a great time, Taco and Moonflow, and I think we're gonna wrap it up over here. So go ahead and give yourself a little shout out with all your socials, and we're also gonna put them down in the description.
I appreciate it. Let me just say this as we finish up. I'm so impressed with you guys. What you're doing is the future of opportunities, and you guys are knocking it out now. You have all the time in the world. You have everything to your advantage, and you're two very sharp young men. And I don't throw out compliments. That I'm not one that does flattery. If you ask my family, If I don't think you're sharp, I won't tell you. I'll say something else. I mean, hey, your hair looks great today, or, whatever.
Thank you.
So what you're doing is outstanding. So keep doing it. And you're going to be a part of our community for a long time. The socials and everything is super easy at Street Taco Eater. I went to Sonic last night to get an ice cream for date night. And the kid, I ask everyone if they're gamers, and he says, what's your at? I said, Street Taco Eater. It's super simple. So TikTok, Instagram, Discord, Twitch, twitch.tv/Street Taco Eater. Super easy. And then, all you guys can find me there. So thank you very much for including me in this. And I look forward to the amazing things you guys are going to do, not only in our community, but on your own.
Yeah, I mean, guys, go follow Street Taco Eater on Twitch. Go follow the socials. But yeah, remember to follow us on Spotify and iTunes. And yeah, thanks for
subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to these guys' channels. Please subscribe to their socials. These guys they're going places. My stream, don't miss these guys, right? Make sure that you find out where all their links are. So my chat is all telling you guys thank you. Trust me, everyone's impressed with what you guys are doing. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
And we will talk again online soon.
Yeah. I'll be watching the stream.
Best of luck. Thank you again.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Have a good stream.
Have a good stream. Yeah.